he visto en la parte más alta de la montaña y he comprendido todo. Y mirando mi pueblo por última vez he dicho, adiós, alegrías, adiós.
La señora y me dijo, usted es la escultura que ha estado trabajando, ¿no? Su historia es verdad, pero también es muy bella. Y entonces esta mujer me empezó a contar lo que le había pasado en la guerra. Una noche que ella estaba con sus hijas en la comunidad y entró el ejército disparando. Y se metieron debajo de la cama y ellas simplemente tampoco podían gritar, porque si ellas gritaban, entraban a la casa. Me contó su historia porque no fue a la Comisión de la Verdad a contar, porque tenía miedo. Pero el teatro hizo posible que ella se liberara de ese dolor tan terrible. Es un momento importante que de repente tú descubres de que tu trabajo tiene sentido.
What the play does is it demystifies or puts onto stage issues that are taboo, issues that are hidden. The actors, the songs, the writers, they can put a knife through that and cut it open. And once audiences, think about it, then their own thinking is activated.
When we think about peace building, the arts can do a lot of different things. They engage our imagination so that new ideas and new concepts can emerge where we don't necessarily have language yet. They provide a context for engaging conflict in a productive way. So even those people who we've thought of as completely different and other and enemies, we can begin to see as human beings. And that's why I think artists have a lot to offer to the work of peace building, even more than they do already.
I think that peace builders have a goal, peace. And rightfully, in pursuit of that goal, they set strategy. The artists don't work that way. The potential truthful revelation lies in not knowing the goal, but believing that as artists we have a capacity to assimilate our experiences in a revelatory way that we cannot predict.
It was forbidden to speak publicly that we were in the war. We started to hear about horrors committed by our government, stories about paramilitary troops. People felt being like schizophrenics because they were hearing the stories, but on the other hand, publicly it was total denial. How to oppose the violence if you don't want to become violent yourself. From the beginning for us was very clear, very concretely clear. We can oppose it through creating the sense for people. The response of the audience was enormous. For the first time they heard publicly what they knew and what they felt. We had the public voice, and I believe that we should work always from our personal needs. But then when that need is organically connected to the need of your community, or I would use the Greek word polis, then I think something real transformative happens.
I wouldn't say give voice. I would say offer a critical vision and encouragement to people. The people have their own voice.
Y necesitamos también crear un público y formar un público así, que no sea simplemente pasivo. Queremos un público activo, que sea capaz de sentirse protagonista de la historia que está viendo.
Very complicated things that you don't necessarily talk about every day should suddenly become a part of the conversation, and all of that material entered into the play.
Ik moest vluchten uit Sudan door de politiek. Daar was ik een belangrijke man. Ik was advocaat, maar in Nederlands ben ik niks.
The end result is you see 13 men from 7 different cultures, Muslim, Christian, talking about their lives and interacting and showing themselves at a level of vulnerability that you never see these men who in the media are always amorphous, superficial, stereotyped figures. New forms of art, new forms of theater are created because it's being created with the people there about things that matter to them. It plays an important role in social transformation in that sense.
There are theatrical dilemmas, and there are peace-building dilemmas, and there are ethical dilemmas that are shared by both fields. I think one theatrical dilemma has to do with the aesthetic. Whether the use or the utilization of theater for a very, very clear social or political purpose is even legitimate. That's a dilemma.
The other very dangerous aspect to it is to actually do work that is very mediocre in quality and not given its right time to be digested, processed, and be ready to be offered to an audience. There are not too many places where we can come together to learn how to do this work.
Witnessing the stories that my parents have told me, it just brings a chill to me to do this play and to realize that things like this happens not only in my family, but in other families too.
Look, could you see me?
No, my eyes are weak. They blindfolded me for a long time. Suddenly they took off the blindfold and took my photo. Who are you?
A photograph on the wall.
The reason I survived, I was stealing food from my neighbor, and I saved my portion for my dad because I realized my dad and I am the only one that left to survive. So that's only a little bit my story. I'll pass on to next.
In 1975, when the Khmer Rouge came into power,
There's the hope of not wanting to re-traumatize people that have survived genocide. There's also the very, very deep hope of never again. I would like to talk about the idea of remembering as a revolutionary act.
Arts do so many things. They provoke, they challenge, they soothe, they provide context for conversation and dialogue. That's a really important resource for peace building.
To stage, if you will, these stories, these voices, it will prompt a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, and a lot of pain.
Y dijimos, ¿queremos ser artistas o activistas políticos? ¿Qué queremos ser? Mejores seres humanos.
What has that quest for an improved human condition, not just for myself, but for other people?
How can we be able to create the kinds of spaces where we can immerse ourselves in seeing what is going on right now around us, what is going on right now inside of us, between us?
Is less interested in theater because it's less interested in engagement with the fundamental questions of our lives. All these questions are crucial, essential. We're endangered by not answering them. All of these theater artists refuse to be in denial.